Hey everybody, so I saw a great question come in through the Facebook group and I wanted to take a few minutes to dive into it a little bit because I think that everybody watching this will get a lot of value in setting the proper expectations to your customers, because if you do this incorrectly, you're going to be setting yourself up for a world of trouble. So this question is from Johnny Ortega, who says that he could use our advice. He said he got a message from his bank saying that a customer initiated a chargeback for some of his SEO services. And he's wondering what's the best way to handle this situation in terms of talking with the client. It's been 30 days since we've been working together. He says that we've been improving the client's SEO and I haven't sent them the reports to prove it, but I think they don't see the value in what we've been doing, even though I've been busting my ass off with this client and even charge them way too little just because I want to get a good case study and testimonial. P.S. I know my dumbass should have had the client sign an agreement. So I thought that this was a really, really good question because, it happens all the time. It happens to me. It happens to experienced and new business owners. And the reason it happens in most cases is because we do not set the expectation of the customer properly. So I think in Johnny's case, he didn't set their expectation. The reason I know this is because they didn't know what to expect halfway through the month, right? He hasn't even finished up the first month and had enough time to send them the report to know what he's been doing. Now, just by the nature of search engine optimization, people aren't going to see results in the first month. They're not going to see results probably in the second month. There's a chance they might, but it's your job as a person doing SEO, or even if you're running ads or doing websites, you need to set the expectation of your customer and say, hey, it's going to take 3 months before you see any results in the changing of your website in Google and the ranking in Google. Or if you're going to build a new website, here's what you can expect from us. Once you pay the invoice, we're going to collect information from you. Over the next 6 weeks, we will be building things out. At the 6-week mark, we could have your project finished, and then we'll move on to the next milestone or something like that, right? Once we get to that final stage, we'll do a round of edits, we'll collect the final payment, and then we're done. But that way the customer knows what to expect and they have clear expectations. And so in Johnny's case, he didn't tell them that it's going to take some time before they see results. And like I said, this is something that a lot of people make mistakes on. It's totally normal. And I can assure you that once you go through this once or twice, you will not, or you will at least be working on how to set expectations a lot better for you and your customers moving forward. It's one of the reasons that we put together a webinar training just the other day about setting client expectations and the business model of digital marketing just in general. It's a great business model, but one of the key things that you need is to properly set client expectations. So if you want to learn more about setting the expectations, but also how to build an online business through digital marketing, I highly suggest that you go to the link below this video and check that webinar training that we did out just the other day. But I hope that you got some value about why maybe some of your customers are unhappy or they may have left early, or how to handle that, because this is something that is a common occurrence. It's not like totally unique to Johnny. And in regard to actually just talking to him about that situation or talking to the customer about that situation, what you can do is just reset the expectation and say, hey, SEO takes time. What you realistically are going to be able to see is movement within this amount of time. We usually see things come in faster, but I want to be completely transparent and honest with you. It takes a while. And the same thing could be with the website design or running ads. Just be upfront, be transparent. Don't be afraid to say that it's going to take time. If you say that it's going to take time and it takes time, everything's going to be okay. But the good thing about this is if you come in early and there are results, if you under promise and over deliver, you're always going to be all right, right? You're never going to have an unhappy customer that says, hey, you got me results way too soon. You know what I mean? So if you under promise and over deliver, you're going to be just fine. And I very much under promise with SEO. I set the expectation way, 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 way out. If a customer is in a more competitive niche, if they're doing real estate, they're doing solar, I set the expectation even lower because it's more competitive, it's more saturated. And I say, hey, we're going to get you 1 lead a month. And if we get 5, they're extremely happy. But if they're okay with just getting 1, then you're not going to set yourself up for failure. So again, that's just a way that I would go about it. And if you're new or you're looking to build this type of business, go ahead and click the link in this video. And of course, if you got any value out of this at all, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Aloha.